here, and welcome. Welcome to the VOD, most likely.
Been a long time.
Yeah. So, let me get chat pulled up here. And if you're on Rumble, I hope you appreciate my my thumbnail work. Maybe the stream title I should just put on Rumble is like Slurs Welcome. Okay, got the game fans, got the stream, got the mute button, got the mute button. Okay. Oh, I have notifications? Exciting. Okay.
Very old notifications.
Yeah, well. Alright. Cool. Hey!
What is up, David Myers? Welcome to chat.
Check.
And hey,
check.
Gabe the Gen.
Welcome. Oh, I put on live chat so I can hear about Man Bear Pig.
Naturally.
The game audio should be coming in. Probably
We're
a little.
playing the early version of what will be the game of the year because of big titties.
Yeah, so Vindicdus is an MMO. This is a action RPG based on Vindicdus that seems to use all the same mechanics. So I don't like MMOs because they eventually shut down. And yes, it is all fucked up on my screen too. This is when you alt-tab in this game. It has an allergic reaction to it.
Yeah, I don't really like MMOs either. I just don't like how they do the quests and whatnot. It just doesn't feel good to me.
Like gameplay-wise, or?
Yeah. Well, I guess they're just kind of designed in a way to be a little bit like,
There we go.
for lack of a better term, cheap, repetitive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think you could have repetitive quests that are still enjoyable. There's plenty of like repetitive tasks you do in games that you don't mind. But there is certainly something about the repetitiveness in MMOs that is just so awful.
David says, sorry for the cursed DC comic. I thought it would be funny at the time. Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm scared of burning it if the smell will come off of it into
God.
the fumes.
So, as soon as I started this game and I saw the hub world, I immediately had this thought, like, man, the people working on this game really love fantasy. That was my immediate thought. And you'll see that I'm not in the hub world now once this loading screen ends.
Oh yeah, it's a beautiful hub world.
Yeah. I think when I get this game, not the demo, I'm going to clear space on my SSD for it. So it'll be faster than this. But the scenery looks a lot like New Hampshire, where we just were. That, in fact, looks like the Man on the Mountain.
Oh yeah, it does. I wonder if that's well, it's probably just accidental, but it does even kind of look like a face.
A lot of formations, there's a term for this formation. A lot of them have a spot that looks like a face.
Mm-hmm. I was gobsmacked when I found out it was canon. They're always saying things are canon. Nothing. Canon doesn't mean anything anymore in the superhero universes.
So, the gameplay is fun enough. The scenery looks better than this when it loads in, of course.
Yeah, it's taken a little while.
Yeah, I have this on like a non-SSD, like a regular hard drive. HDD, I guess they're called.
Oh, it's starting to look better.
So the game is absolutely gorgeous. Eventually. It looks like they're taking some Dark Souls elements. Like, this is basically a bonfire. In Vindicdus, you could make bonfires wherever with some item that you expend, and then people would do that for hard boss fights. They didn't heal you, I don't think, though. I think it just gave you a bunch of buffs after your character. Your character would do an animation that would look cool, and then whatever. So this is a Korean game. We have some concerns, right? Naturally, we have a couple concerns. Let's look at... Oh, we can't go in the fitting room. There are, like, microtransactions and stuff. Apparently Control, or was it Alt? I saw the one of the menus, I saw, like, gestures.
Look at that huge chest ahead.
Yes. So this is max boob size for this character. So you pick different characters and you can customize what they look like. I didn't see a lot of the customization options that there were in Vindicdus, but you could certainly make your boobs bigger than you could in Vindicdus. In Vindicdus, different characters have different maximum boob sizes. I know this from girls that were in a guild I was in. So, like, Gooner girls. And they were like, I can't wait to play Delia. And I was like, why? It looks like Herc, right? It's like a very similar character. Big sword, right? And they were like, because Delia has the biggest boobs. I don't remember who the original 4 characters were for Vindictus. I know it was Lan, Fiona, this character with the shield, someone else, and then Karak. They are making the starting 4 characters include Delia, I think, because of boob maxing. So these are good signs.
They know what the people want, that's for sure.
So
they're just, like, trying to send out a smoke signal, like, please play this game.
So yeah, the character also looks... This is default. I didn't change anything. She's got very subtle freckles and, like, you know, whatever.
Overall Asian features.
I don't know. It's not that Asian. It seems like this very, like, idealized sort of... I mean, the nose is a bit...
flat nose and, like, bigger, thicker lips that kind of are upper tilt.
Yeah, lips too big, for sure. I don't know. I think they're trying to make white, like, I don't know. It's sort of like a hybrid. You see it a lot in, like, Korean games where they're trying to do, like, mass appeal. They're sort of doing kind of combination.
Well, because, like, you know, they have their own vision of what they think looks beautiful, and they also love European stuff, so mixing and mashing together.
So I picked Fiona because she has interesting mechanics, and I figure I haven't tried Delia before, but I figure she'd be kind of boring. And Lan I didn't like in the MMO because he has, like, max DPS but no real, like, I don't know. He didn't really have any, like, interesting mechanics. And Fiona, I know I enjoy playing. So
do you think this feels better to play on mouse and keyboard versus controller?
I'm just used to it. I don't know what feels better or worse. They do try to get you to use lock-on. They're like, oh, you better lock on. And it's like, well, if I'm using mouse and keyboard, you don't need the handicap that you do on controller, right?
Sure.
But I just, because all the moves are the same, I remember the combos, like, with my muscle memory. That's, yeah.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. If they want to, like, bring in old players as well, you might as well keep all the moves the same.
Yeah, well, there's, so it's not exactly the same, because, 2, 3, 4, and then the kick combos into a second kick, but I don't know if I have to unlock the kick or something. But
okay.
That's how you do, like, max DPS is, with this character, is just doing the full combo and then the double kick.
No ankle strength, no. You gotta make the curves more defined.
Oh yeah, I did mess around with the customization. I made the legs as small as possible and the boobs as big as possible. I did, like, fuck around with the body. I didn't change anything with the face, though. The face is, like, purely what they made. So, she's unique in that she can block and other characters cannot block, if you're curious. What did I... Oh, I changed it to the mouse. So she has a dodge roll now. I don't think she used to have a dodge roll. Or if she did, you shouldn't use it because that's stupid.
We need to be more like Elden Ring.
Right. So I think they're trying to ride the Elden Ring train. So there's a couple things I'm cautious about. Right? I worry that this is going to be live service, and I refuse to play a live service game that I can't play if the internet goes out. And I refuse to play a game that, like, if if one day, there's a war in South Korea, all of a sudden I can't play my Korean MMOs.
Right, yeah.
Or, like, who knows? In 100 years, I want to be able to play my my Vindicdus. It's an MMO bound to be one. So they stated it's going to be an action RPG that is going to be separate from Vindictus, because they already have an MMO.
Yeah, they already have Vindictus, and this is supposed to be its own thing, based on Vindictus universe.
So my favorite character from Vindictus is not in this yet. My favorite character was Herc, and second place probably Fiona. So lucked out on having her. I don't mind the mage chick too. She was interesting.
We have cutscenes in this game. Big budget.
Also, they made it full Celtic. They're 100% in on it is Celtic.
You'll need it to climb down. It's a good piece of kit. It should work just as well on any other roper chain. I always meant to give it to someone. Better that than have it sit around collecting dust. I get the feeling you'll make good use of it. And if my master taught me anything, it was to pay heed to these instincts of mine.
Also, default female body, she has boobs.
Hook it up to the chain and pull the trigger. And your repel gun will do the rest.
And, like, I will say, the repel gun in the MMO did fuck all nothing. You use it in, like, very rare circumstances. If this game actually has you do stuff with the repel gun, it would be very impressive. Oh.
Hey, Free Comet, welcome to chat. He says, one time I showed my sister my Your Forger model, and she was like, wow, her boobs are really prominent. And I was like, I just went off the reference, take it up with the author.
Need it again to get back up. So try not to
But also, Your Forger dresses, like, very modestly, you know? Oh, I guess when she's, like...
When she's, like, Thorn Princess. She's got him out, but...
So,
yeah, she does dress pretty modestly.
other difference, you can now jump. Also, Free Comment, I was just watching someone play a game that was, like... it was very similar to the one that you made, but with, like, very nice texture work. Like, fancy lights. It's like Escape the System or something like that.
Oh, hey, Pharmacist.
You
Asking, you gonna play Stellar Blade now that it's on PC?
Unquestionably, I will, yes. But I bought Kazan and I haven't played it, so it feels like I have to play that first.
Yeah, I too also feel like I need to, like, finish first game
Yeah.
and then on to next.
And the thing is, like, there's no I'll look it up. I'll figure out what it was called and I'll send it to you. I just can't alt tab to check because this game has an allergic reaction to alt tabbing. So I'm really hopeful for this game. I am going to be so upset if this game sucks.
Yeah.
I already spotted one black villager, so we already know that they're doing a little bit too much appealing to Larry Fink. But
yeah, all the girls have been looking pretty Asian so far.
which is, like, fine. It's what they jerk off to. It's all right.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it's pretty surprising to see a black villager before, like, a Caucasian.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's...
I guess it's like a mix, sort of Asian, sort of Caucasian. I don't really know what they're going for.
So, something else, because there's a couple things unique. They copied a lot of good stuff from Elden Ring. They now have a poise meter, and it always felt, when you used Fiona and you did that double shield bash, it always felt like when you did that, it should, like, stun someone or build up stun meter. Now it builds up a ton of stun when you use the shield. 2, yeah, it's... And then what's the 3 combo? 2, 3... Oh. Yeah. I guess you never really want to do that. So if you're trying to go for damage, it's bad for sure. And then if you're trying to go for... Then what's the one hit? Oh, that's just kind of nice damage in a short window. It's nice. But yeah, I like... This is default armor. I haven't unlocked anything. I haven't really played much. I played the first boss. And that's about it. So these are bonfires or whatever. Let's check out the fitting room real quick. So, fitting room. Okay.
The pharmacist says, "Are these actual different combo strings without a stamina bar getting in your way?"
I'm not sure. I haven't noticed a stamina bar. Vindicdus has stamina, and I know that because my favorite character, Herc, when you run out of stamina, you can unlock an ability. This is a passive, so you can like not have this, but I get it, right? And when you run out of stamina, you drain your health to use as stamina, so you can never run out of stamina, because it keeps on giving you extra stamina even if you're at 1 hit point. So if you're super confident that it doesn't fucking matter, they're not gonna land a hit on you, you'll parry everything, you just keep on spamming attacks as Herc, and then you interrupt yourself with like a parry to keep yourself from dying. It's so dieseled up, and you'll go down to like 1 hit point and just kill a boss, right? It's so... I love that. So now if they add Herc to this, he's not going to be quite as dieseled, you know? It's not going to be quite as exciting, but whatever.
Yeah, well, maybe there's some different stuff that they're going to add.
I've also very rarely run out of stamina as Fiona. I think actually stamina made Fiona more fun because it reminds you to block, because you don't use stamina by blocking. So like it kind of directs you to have more fun with Fiona. Some characters though, they just didn't really work super well.
Sometimes that's how it goes.
Yeah, so I don't think you can unequip stuff. Like, you can't just wear nothing, but it did... When you're making the character, it does have you in underwear. But... So anyway, these things... Oh, here it is. Okay. So they have outfits, right?
Woo, woo.
And these cost...
Not very medieval, I will say that.
Yeah, this is fucking ridiculous. This is why Vindictus sucks as an MMO. You have these fucking, like, Korean sluts.
It makes more sense as an MMO to have, like, ridiculous outfits. But for its own thing, I would want medieval outfits.
So, anyway, these outfits are nice and all. What is this currency? Because that's the question I asked when I first opened it. Because in Vindictus, there was a lot of people that would pay, like, $20 to dress up their character like their doll, right? However, as feedback came in from American audiences, they decided they were going to allow you to get the cosmetics without paying real money. And they actually did it, and it actually was super possible to get different cosmetics. You can't own them permanently. It would be like on a timer. Originally it was like you get it for 30 days, and then they changed it to even when you're offline you get the cosmetics, and so they'd give you 7 days of in-game time worth of an in-game of that character, of the different cosmetics. So I recognize his armor. I just don't know who this is. This is Teve, I know. But yeah, I haven't looked at the outfits yet, but
yeah,
there's a lot of them. There's a fucking lot for a demo.
God. Yeah, I would feel like my immersion would be so broken if I just wore a fucking bunny outfit.
Yeah, I couldn't fucking do it. Oh, these are cool. You have the different irises. Oh, this one's cool. Iris 10. Dewy Rose? Is that makeup?
Looks like it.
Oh,
like
it
some
sparkles.
Bell-Daphine garbage.
Well, this is obviously makeup, but this I couldn't tell the difference between these two for a second, but it's sparkles.
Yeah, okay.
So, lots of cosmetics. And I was thinking, like, oh no, is this going to be, like... That's funny. The scars they show on the male characters, because they're like, yeah, you're not going to get this. Who is paying $400 for a mole there? This is 400 coins, so you can have a mole there. Why?
I can just imagine someone doing nothing but staring at this screen and just waiting.
Oh man, you can get different. They should give this out for free, by the way. The apologize thing. That's so you can explain that you didn't mean to. And call up. Okay. Anyway,
The emotes they should.
you'll notice in the corner I have some of the money. What's that, you ask? Adam, are you a simp? Have you decided to convert all of your bank account into Korean gacha bucks? No, I have not. I picked this currency up in game, so it looks like you can earn the money in game without using microtransactions. Are they going to sell the currency? I am sure they're going to sell the currency. Are they going to try and stop you from using Cheat Engine to add infinity of the currency? Possibly. But regardless, what is miscellaneous? Oh, okay, yeah. Never mind. Anyway, it's because they let you pick up the money in game. I am hopeful that they're not going to try and like ram you up the ass with microtransactions. We can hope anyway. This game, the town looks so pretty. I liked the game. Oh, what is that potion then? Could that be a stamina potion? There was stamina in Vindicdus, right? So
It's interesting.
Healing.
While you're resting, they have different like animations that they're also playing.
a genius idea, something I said they should do with Dark Souls a million years ago. I was actually saying that
and camera angles and everything. It's
There-
like a cutscene of you resting.
there's a game that's finally doing this, but it's kind of looks dumpy. It's like this sort of cell shaded game. But I've been saying forever that what they should do in Dark Souls is have your level up person be much more like involved with like you personally on like a personal level, and like use them as like the story conduit, kind of like they did with 2, but be less incompetent. But like there's some indie game that came out that's like the you're an undead and the necromancer babe, a goth babe, big titty waifu is like leveling you up. Great idea. Highly recommend that for people doing like a Souls like thing. If I was doing a Souls like, that's what I would do. Oh. Good God, it's like my PC in Horizon Forbidden West. I'm gonna have to upgrade my GPU. Oh, can you hear the fan going? Yeah, it's my
Your computer's cooking.
So this is like if you have a tiny window to do a damage, I guess you go for that one. And then if you're trying to go for a stun, go that. And then if you really want to destroy them, you do that one. This I. Oh wait, there was an item. Something else that I noticed is when she does her 4-hit combo, the last hit is so unique because she uses 2 hands. So then it reminds you, oh yeah, that's the end of the combo if you're like focusing on a lot of different things and not literally counting out loud. So there you go. That's the currency that lets you put on your slutty yoga outfits.
Woo.
And so the 2 things I'm most concerned about is A, is it going to be live service? And B, is it going to have fuck tons of cosmetic microtransactions? And C, are they going to allow modding? Because if they put in gay stuff, I want the ability to remove the gay stuff with mods. I want the ability to hire modders to remove... Oh. What's up? Sorry, I'm just like... Shit. Okay. I've been playing, like... RimWorld. I'm not, like...
I mean, we all see your frame rate. It's fine.
I was like trying to dodge and I was just like using the wrong button. So I rebound it to the mouse. before I could guard break him. Yeah, my frame rate's not looking great, huh?
Yeah.
Do we mind? Should I? It probably looks worse on. Or does it? Does it look bad? Should I lower the graphics to bump up the frame rate?
If that'll help you play, sure. It is noticeable, but I don't think it completely ruins the experience watching it.
So I had to buy new flip-flops today. I was walking around Target with the broken ones falling off. And these two sodomites. Ah, fuck.
These two bad guys.
Fuck. Jesus Christ.
Where did you learn to use human tools?
Something about the timing is a bit odd because of the
Frame rate.
yeah.
Yeah. You can change the settings. Do it.
I don't know. I mean, it just... It's only really a problem in this cave. Probably because of the reflections. And then also, sometimes the game will, like, hang if you try to change the settings, so... I can
Uh-oh. Did we lose internet? Had if he flickered in and out for a second there.
Oh, I got hit.
Let's see. Dave says, since you're playing custom character, it appears to be single player, not Western. Probably with the microtransactions, less likely to find gay stuff. Though so long as it isn't Veilguard levels of writing, who cares about the latter? How do you feel about the writing so far, Adam?
So, I would say their level of execution is extremely low.
Yeah, I kind of get that.
And again, it's not...
I like the firework effect when you block.
Oh, yeah.
It's very nice. Super visually satisfying.
Yeah. Yeah. So their execution is quite poor. Everything is very, very overwritten. Is that to say that the story is bad? No.
Maybe it's just a little bit in their own head, since they're trying to like make this its own thing and stand out above the previous Vindicdus, and
Nope,
maybe
it
that's
is...
making them a little pretentious in their writing.
No. It is the same story as Vindictus.
Yes, but I mean with it being more wordy.
Nope. It is actually less wordy. It is still too wordy. What they've done to fix the problem with their writing is to take certain parts of the story and turn them into cutscenes. And the parts they are taking are the only parts you need to know. So you can actually skip all dialogue and only watch the cutscenes, and you will understand the story most certainly better than if you read all the dialogue.
Are there any character moments that are worth reading?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Okay, fair enough.
They added a feature to the MMO which was auto skip, and I think it's in this. It says auto. Hit E to auto.
Yeah.
And I think what they mean by auto is auto skip. So like just skip through all the dialogue without you having to mash, which is hilarious. I don't know why they do this to themselves. When you play the game, you'll understand. I'm a big guy for like writing, It is just poorly executed writing for the most part. The overarching story is very complex, very interesting, a little too convoluted, but like it's interesting. And maybe if I watched a lore video, I would appreciate it a little bit more because it is.
Can you break the barrels?
Oh, I didn't even think of breaking what a Cooper has spent hours constructing because I'm not an animal. But yes, you can break the barrels.
10 out of 10 game. There might be stuff in barrels, who knows?
There sometimes is, yeah. Like in Vindicdus anyway. In this game there's probably a lot more stuff. Oh. Maybe I should lock on.
It's got a good swing animation, although...
Oh, that was a totally different swing than I was expecting.
Yeah.
The fuck?
I kind of like that animation of him trying to rebalance himself afterwards.
Yeah.
Makes him seem that much more strong when he swings, you know? Because he's like losing balance over his own body.
Yeah. So I apologize. The frame rate is causing me to lose some inputs, so I guess I will go for changing it. Oh, they changed all my settings back.
Oh.
That's strange. I lowered the resolution the last time I played, but I guess not.
They were like, oh, you didn't mean that. We know better.
That's so weird.
Now it's tiny on the stream though.
Okay. Who cares about the latter as far as like who cares about gay stuff? I care. And the fact that Veilguard is so overt is actually a good thing. Because plenty of people soak in ideas that are terrible for them without realizing it because it's not obvious, because it's not super overt in their face. And I think that's actually really bad for people. I think people should not be taught to hate themselves by their media. Looks like I'm not going to be able to see chat anymore.
It's all destroyed.
Yeah, maybe if I minimize everything at once and then bring it back up. This game is allergic to being alt-tabbed. Let me see if I can, like, take off wallpaper engine. Maybe that will help things. And I could go on and on about like different stuff that people sort of soak in ambiently without really totally realizing what they're taking in. I don't know. Do I close the game and reopen it?
I mean, I can always just read chat.
All right. But you don't have Rumble open, so.
I'll go open Rumble.
Yeah.
For our one possible viewer that could show up in Rumble.
Yeah. Anyway. I guess I use this example a lot, but like, I was taught in schools that the Nazis are big silly heads because really brown eyes are superior to blue eyes, and they're totally wrong. It's... Wait, did I lose health on block? Oh my god, this convoluted ass Korean piece of shit. You have to hit rest when you're at the bonfire. What do I have to squish my boobies to refuel? Okay, rest. Do I have to yawn? No, that's it? Okay, Christ.
Hey, our honeydew, welcome to chat. The pharmacist is saying there's some Chinese action game in the works that looks like it rips off Final Fantasy 16 with attractive women as the protagonists and one of, if not the main, antagonists. Cat fight. Yeah, Free Comment also says, unfortunately, the convention I went to yesterday had a pride parade right next to it, and it was a bit annoying.
I can imagine. So anyway, that's what we were taught in school, is that like blue eyes are bad, etc. because Nazis. But in reality, that's not true. The blue eyes let you see in the dark better. You have like more photosensitivity with like blue eyes, sure. Should have gone for the perfect guard. It's just like
different advantages and disadvantages to brown and blue eyes. But they only tell you the one side because they don't want you to also like blue eyes, because then you might turn into a Nazi if you like something that Hitler liked.
Yeah, so my cousin has blue eyes, and I told him that, and he felt so much better about himself, because he was like, oh, that's awesome, yeah. Like, my whole life, people only said that it was, like, bad, right? Because if you say there's something good about blue eyes, you're... Ah, fuck. Jesus Christ.
You must have been at bad school and never got taught that. I also got taught that. It's the funny thing. We both got taught that in school. And we lived nowhere near each other.
That was my fault. I tried to go for it. Ah.
Yeah, he's tough. He's got a lot of health. Tanky motherfucker.
Nah, it's fine.
We're a ways off the beaten path.
He's
We
a
may run into
blue-eyes
some more.
Nazi dragon? Yeah, apparently.
Yeah. So, but there's lots of other stuff that's like more insidious that people don't understand, and they'll like, people like to feel like they're smart, and so they'll like cling on to stuff that's retarded and degrading, regardless of whether or not it's true, because they thought it for a long time, and so they're like invested in being a guy who knew something for a long time, I guess. But like, someone will believe something. Like, okay, so take for example like medieval peasants, right? If you start talking about medieval stuff, you'll have this guy who will interject and be like, except people didn't know about germ theory in medieval times. And you're supposed to react like, ah, yes, you're right, our ancestors were retarded, that's why we conquered the whole world. We didn't know anything. Everything was terrible up until feminism. Thank God we
Upturned our society.
yeah, thank God we ruined our whole fucking society. I would hate to live in I hate to be having fresh produce every day and beautiful, clean, safe neighborhoods. That would be absolutely terrible. Whereas in reality, stuff was fine, stuff was great, you know, people liked each other or whatever. But if you watch any medieval movie, everything's in grayscale and...
Oh yeah, everything is shot in like some London-esque dark fog. That's why they called it the dark times. Because everything was gray back then. We didn't get color until the 90s or whatever. Our Honeydew says, I was just listening to the Friday stream during my job. Something about Dan Fan's rambling has the same soothing hilarity of the internet historian and casually comics. Well, thank you. It really is rambling. I'm just like moving from topic to topic and occasionally repeating myself for new people coming into the chat. So it's a little chaotic, but I'm glad that people enjoy the streams. That's the only reason why I keep doing them, essentially.
Yeah. So, anyway, yeah, like, so the stories that, those movies and stories that people tell about medieval times where everything sucks and everything's horrible, and they're like, people didn't understand germ theory, like, something about that, by the way. It's not really true they didn't understand how germs worked. They understood that bacteria had a smell, and that was how you could tell if something was, like, infected or extra dirty. It would have a bad smell. So, like, this is not true about viruses, but, like, they're not wrong in thinking that if something smells bad, it's probably... That shield bash is so nice.
Yeah. No, it's the rock pigs.
It's actually horns, I think.
Really?
Yeah, it's horns growing out of their back.
I guess so. Doesn't look quite right. I think this could have spent more time on the drawing board.
But anyway, all of this is to say, when you let stories like that don't have Dragonguard Veilguard-esque, like, terrible writing, when you let stories that also do not have your best interests at heart soak into your brain, you're doing yourself an immense disservice. Like, you're tacitly allowing yourself to absorb the propaganda that everything was terrible in the past and that your ancestors were horrible, and the only thing you should be proud of is how feminist you are.
Yeah, well, like, you need to punish yourself to make up for the past deeds of your ancestors.
Yeah, and it's something that people with ideologies that don't have any historical success will push. Like, in China, they destroyed all these ancient temples and stuff when Mao took power because they wanted to get rid of the, like, old stuff in order to kind of uproot the previous, to de-racify people, make them more malleable to other ideas.
Yeah.
And it's done. Your ancestors were great. They did good stuff.
Oh, hey, synth tracks in Rumble. Welcome to the chat.
Hey.
Says, what's up, man?
We're just playing a fantasy game that's kind of new, but not really.
Yeah.
So this is an action RPG. They're trying to do, like, Elden Ring style. Oh, man. Something about these... that was a very generous hitbox. I appreciate that. Something about these very simple enemies I actually find shockingly challenging.
They're very tough.
I suppose I am, like, a 75-pound woman with, like, 40-pound breasts. But,
you know what? Fair.
they're not going to show the animation of me shimmying in there?
Oh, yeah, the pharmacist says it's true what you say about blue eyes. Everyone around me wants to turn on all the lights, and I always say I don't need that shit. Just one more view.
From here. That won't stop you, though, will it?
I think it also, theoretically, blue eyes have, like, better acuity sometimes.
Stop me either.
But I haven't seen... I've heard people say that. I haven't, like, seen any research on that.
Besides, I've got a score to settle. I've lost enough capital to buy me a house in Rochester. Thanks to that lockdown. I have to see for myself what's going on.
I like the idea of gray eyes. Because those are kind of... they don't look that good, but they would have even more of that sort of acuity. You know, like blue eyes that are super, super light, so they look gray. I bet that would... because some people are, like, insecure that they don't have blue eyes. I bet that would suit those kinds of people. So, current concerns, right? Or my current fears, like I said before, is whether this will be live service, and I pray it is not, because I want lots of mods. And also, microtransactions. I'm assuming they're going to sell this money stuff, but I've picked up almost enough to buy one of these outfit things.
If anyone looked good to you?
I think the one I used to use was like some kind of dress thing. It might have been this.
I will prefer, of course, medieval style stuff.
Yeah, I'm not going around on a fucking fantasy adventure dressed for my summer beach vacation. Like, what the fuck is that? This one's also super cool.
That one is cool. I have my eye on that one as well.
Yeah, that one's super sick. This is another character wears this, right? Maybe the other one. This one? I don't know.
It's not my favorite, but it is a dress.
I like the ones that are more like Sophitia-esque, you know?
Yeah, I can see it.
This looks cool, but this is also probably one that looks better from the front than the back. Maybe this one? I don't know. This one?
This one looks like it came from Hot Topic over there on the right.
Yeah. The Scarlet Rose over here.
It's not the worst, though, as far as, like, going off-brand.
Yeah. Inferno Chaser is...
It's pretty metal.
Yeah, but that's... I don't know. Anyway, you can also spend a bunch of money on, like, makeup and stuff. So, I'm predicting they're going to have some kind of microtransaction thing you can buy those coins. And I think they'll make some money from that, but I hope that they don't take away my ability to just use Cheat Engine to add $1 million and buy whatever I want.
Synthtrax is saying, I like the chrome metal outfit. Faded Prophet outfit is sick. Night Dancer almost seems goth. A good one as well.
Faded Prophet. Was that the one with the horns? Let me see. That one looks so familiar. I was looking at that, and I was like, where do I... Like, who wears that?
Yeah, Gabe is saying if it's entirely possible without spending a cent, then I'd consider it a win.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's fair. I also, like, appreciate it when they give...
Does it say Twilight Warrior? What were the ones he listed?
Oh, he was saying the chrome metal outfit, Faded Prophet, and Night Dancer.
This one seems so familiar. I feel like this is a character somewhere. Like a boss or something.
It looks like it should be, right?
Yeah, something about this seems so familiar.
Like, too designed to the point where it's like, okay, this should be a character.
I think it is. I think that you fight someone, like, obviously not with boobs, or maybe with boobs, I don't know. Twilight Warrior, was it? Yeah, that's some nice armor. I would wear that, minus the high heels. It was Faded Prophet?
Oh, you already passed
it. Faded Prophet is Teeves' outfit, I assume? Yeah. I thought you said Faded. I was like, that's a cool name. Faded. What was the third one?
Night Dancer.
Night Dancer.
Yeah.
Bro, what are we... It's fucking your yoga outfit over here.
Not a big fan of that.
Not lore accurate. Can you not goon to historically accurate outfits?
Pharmacist says Stellar Blade is like this. Lots of sexy outfits that don't necessarily fit the theme of the game.
Well, I don't know. Man. This bitch. These archers are so fucking annoying.
Oh, our Honeydew also said, that reminds me, Chatham was right that conspiracy internet historian video was disappointing aside from the moon jokes. Yeah. And
Yeah.
Synth Track says we must goon to goth outfits, lol.
I don't know if that's a goth outfit though. That was
It's like a little bit too bland.
Start a poll in chat. Is this? Oh, we can't have
Is
polls
this
on Rumble.
goth?
It's only one person would vote in Rumble, and he would defeat me easily. Is this a goth outfit? I don't know. This seems like.
It almost seems cyberpunk or something.
This seems like an out of shape Mexican lady would wear this at a strip mall. This is like the ugliest fucking.
It looks like workout shorts on the bottom, doesn't it?
Yeah, kinda.
Like the way that it's designed. I don't think it's
And then
actually supposed to be shorts.
She has like
but-
weird Japanese sock things going on. Of the modern outfits, if I have to pick a modern outfit, probably this one, right?
Synth
like-
Track says that's a goth workout outfit. Goth aerobics. How dare you?
Goth aerobics. You should exercise your goths in less clothes than that, my friend. Anyway.
Kate is also saying, reminds me of a chick I saw from Cyberpunk game. That's
Yeah.
a club outfit. Yeah, night dancer set.
Night dancer, that does fit, right? The name.
Although it looks very yoga-esque.
They found us.
It's like a.
Watch
Okay.
yourself.
Who has a bow? You're dying first. Fuck you. No. Boom.
I do love how far you kick them. It's, once again, very satisfying.
Shield bash is so good.
Yeah.
Do something, pussy. Alright. Oh, you're alive? What's happening?
The only way out is through. There's more ruins up ahead. Let's head there for now.
If I was Herc, I wouldn't have to do any of this stuff. I would just hit left click 3 times and then right click. And I would
These
spin.
environments are very nice, even if this map is extremely simple. The giant chest, my goodness.
That, I also made my character as short as possible.
Yeah, but even so, you are like a gnome compared to that chest.
I might just...
You could just hop in, yeah. Oh, well, I won't let you, but... Boo.
start singing that song at the suitcase.
Oh, yeah.
I like my suitcase.
I don't know how the heck they got viral.
So if you go for a regular power attack without a combo, you just do this thing, you have just fucked up so hard because it has this huge recovery frame. Like, you can't do fucking anything afterwards for like a couple seconds. So you better fucking mean it if you go for that one.
I like the unique particle effect they have on the enemies dying too.
Yeah.
It really does look like they're being Thanos snapped or something.
Yeah. They used to disintegrate kind of not super prettily.
Yeah.
In the MMO. Oh fuck! They did this again. Please have mercy on me. Okay. Also, I think the stream is going to be called "Why This Game Would Be Better If I Could Play as Herc." Herc, his dodge also deals damage, so you can charge through those things. So I could.
Yeah, I think I remember this.
So you could just. They made these so much more scary looking. I love how this like.
You can jump now in this game though. Just jump over them.
I like instinctively moved the camera because it felt like dangerous to have the log pass through the camera. This is so... It looks great. Whoever worked on this log rolling thing, good job. You did a great job. The logs look shitty and rotten, like not logs you would use for construction. It looks like exactly the logs you would roll down the hill to crush someone with.
Yeah.
They put enough ropes on it that I believe that it would like kind of bounce like that. It has enough weight. It has like little bits that would be falling off of these like rotted logs like that. Just literally perfect. Let's see if I can block it. Okay, can't block it.
No, that's not gonna work.
Bitch is telling me about her nooks and walls.
Just jump over the line.
Herc is also faster. Do it.
The barrels.
And I can jump now. I wonder if we can jump over obstacles. Apparently there used to be a jump in Vindicdus, but people kept on using it to sequence break, so they took it out. They did leave in tripwires though, so there's nothing you can do about tripwires. Oh, you fucking hog.
Yeah.
Missed. Should have locked on. Alright. What do we got in here? Don't!
Can you jump?
Don't tell me I can't break this and go up the stairs. There's stairs on the other side of this. Can you guys see with your blue eyes? What
I
do you...
hate it when they do that. When they like show you a place you could go, but then like block it with a barrel or something.
I will say, I find it slightly unrealistic that they have this many logs. But it's okay, I'll forgive them. Where am I going?
Oh, I don't
Do I make it
know.
at the end of this lag?
Did the game crash? Oh.
Okay, did not
You
make
did
it.
not make it, no.
Yeah, you stand over there, buddy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh no!
I just wanted to take a screenshot, everyone. Oh.
Oh, jeez.
Looks like a kick connected, we can see that much. Although I will say that that hitbox is incredibly generous, since I clearly am missing him. So twice now, I've been given charity by the hitboxes. I've already been shot, so there's nothing to worry about at the end of this lag spike. Why is the game doing this to me? I don't know. Am I going to be able to block this arrow? I figured I should block early.
That's fair.
Are you immune to...
Oh.
Nope, he is not immune to it.
Oh man, that's a nice animation too.
So-
He's like getting hit with the. He's like rolling a little bit.
So satisfying to watch,
Yeah.
honestly.
I'm pretty impressed with the art direction for this game.
Yeah. There's little bits of stuff that just look really... Oh, I get experience for that? That's very generous of you, game. But yeah, I don't know what you guys think of, like, the random bits, like, construction and stuff, but this is stuff, I guess, Knowles built, and so it should look a little shitty, and I think that's conveyed well. Yeah. They're using lots and lots of...
Synth track and Sting, so this is a Souls type game?
I think they want you to think that it is.
Yeah.
I don't think that it is.
No.
But they have bonfires, they have a dodge button on everybody. I don't know if everyone had a dodge previously.
Didn't think the Knowles would take advantage of that.
Do you think, what's his name, Iron Pineapple is gonna, like, review this as a Souls-like? Because it has a dodge button.
He may. Also, my sword looks beautiful. I don't know if you guys have noticed how goddamn gorgeous this sword is, but holy shit. Like, it really seems like the people working on this game have a deep love for medieval fantasy. Like, these gauntlets are magnificent. Like, these are nice looking gauntlets. It's a nice looking sword. And I can make my boobs as big as I want. Basically. So I'm curious if that's the same thing in this version of the game, because I know that certain characters had a cap on how big their boobs could be. Oh, that's who it was. the 4 characters on launch was this character, Fiona, Lan, who is a guy with 2 swords, and then what's the other guy? Karak, who's a guy that is a black guy who has a big pillar. I think originally he was supposed to be Japanese, and they were just like being racist against Japanese people. But then as the updates progressed, they made him like more black. Like he has a fade now, and like his character portrait.
Oh yeah, much more modernized.
Yeah. But you don't see too much of that. Going around the town, I did find like one black villager, which was a bit immersion breaking. But for the most part, I think they're like, yeah, he's from far away place. Black people, please buy the game. But they only have one, right? It's just that guy, and then they've done 1 million updates afterwards.
This is Pharmacist's Stellar Blade outfit of choice.
Oh.
I wonder why.
Oh my. Although all the outfits in Stellar Blade are a little bit... I think the default actually looks really good.
Yeah, I don't mind the default of Stellar Blade.
She's got like weird body proportions. I don't know where people were getting this idea that she had unrealistic body proportions. She's like a...
Well, it's just because like people are attracted to it, so they have to add some sort of spin for like why it's bad.
She's got that Mewtwo body.
Mewtwo body.
She's got those like...
That's a very funny way of describing it.
The giant thighs and like the itty bitty titties. Mewtwo titties. Anyway, I just remembered who it was. The 4 original characters. It was not Delia. So they launched this game with Fiona, Sword and Shield. That's my character. Karak, black guy who has a big rock he swings around. Lan, 2 swords, and then Delia, who has a 2-handed sword, and she has all sorts of counter abilities or whatever to parry people. And I find it so funny. There were a bunch of like threads on like Reddit talking about this, because I was looking up like how people were, see if I could get any more information on whether it was live service, and there were people like, this game is essentially like a counter game instead of having combos and stuff. It's like, no, you just played Delia because that's how she works. Lan is like the combo guy, and like this is the blocking chick, and then Karak is the...
failed to learn how to play the game.
Yeah, but the 4th character it originally launched with wasn't Delia. It was Evie. She's the mage. That was the character I started with. It's the only magic character, except for if you count the chick with a gun later. Stupid. But I guess if you're gonna have yoga pants, I guess you can have guns.
Guns are kind of fine. I mean, I guess it depends on the type of gun, but...
This fucking boar is gonna ruin me. Oh my god.
Or honey, do ask me, Dan?
No!
Okay.
That's my answer.
Well,
Anyway, continue.
Hey Dan fan, why are modern writers so obsessed with subversion, and why are they flabbergasted when audiences hate it? Well, that's a fairly easy question. A lot of modern writers are taking modern writing classes, which are led by idiots who have a very immature view of what makes writing good. Basically, if it's like another thing that I've read, then it's bad. Or if I can predict the ending, it must be bad. These are very immature views. They're not nuanced. They're not well thought through, and so a lot of people just kind of fall into those traps and think, well, I need to subvert the ending so that people can't predict it, so that people think it's good.
I actually have a bit of a more complicated take on that.
Yeah, go for it.
I think
Obviously, there's a lot to it.
I think a much bigger part of it is that it's people that are taught to hate everything that is.
Yeah.
And so the idea of having something that harkens to something else. My God, this fucking section. Thank God they didn't have the enemies respawn.
Yeah, that is very generous.
God, this is like a this. Okay, this is fucking so annoying. Nobody likes toggle sprint.
Yeah.
Okay, are they following me?
The thing about why modern subversion is so bad is because the writer isn't thinking about what's actually best for the story. They're thinking about some other third thing.
Can you not turn off toggle sprint? Gameplay.
Yeah, or
Does it get harder?
Or it says it's gotten to the point where I refer things as a twist if it works and subversion when it doesn't. Like any positive charge the word had is just gone. I feel that.
Yeah, so I couldn't tell what the pig was doing, so I just like I see Fiona's blocking is now omnidirectional, which is nice. Oh man. I thought I inputted it at the right time, like the second block, but I guess not. But yeah, the writing thing is just like people thought to hate everything that exists currently. So to subvert or to ruin stuff that already exists is a good thing. So you just have people. So now people respond.
Huh. Maybe it was a mistake the first time and just nothing responded.
There's a nook in that wall.
Or maybe it's just for this section that nothing responds. Because they knew it would be cancerous. Damn.
Interesting. Can bounce over you if you're short enough.
Oh, you can dodge roll it.
You can't. There's no iframes. But I made my character as short as possible, so I guess it's possible to.
But dodge rolling also crouches you on the ground.
Yeah. That is turbo cancer. So it sucks you over to an enemy when you make an attack. But if I wanted that, I would lock on.
Synthtrax has something to add to the conversation. It says, I used to be on the left and was counterculture, a big part of my life. Saw generations try to be different, then the next try to be more different. The subversion really started getting bad around the mid-2010s. Hearing it more at parties and shit, they put it in their art to spit on people they don't like, etc. Essentially, it becomes a critique on what's popular and why you shouldn't actually like what's popular. You should hate art actually.
Oh my god.
Ugh, that was a close.
just like a certain window. Yeah. Like you can't interrupt your attacks completely with a block. So it's just like getting used to how much overlap there is.
Was that from the ruins? There's a nook in that wall.
Dodging it didn't seem to do anything, so I'll just take every single hit, I guess.
Nice.
I think the nose would take advantage
Nice.
of that.
So I know in Vindicdus, your reach is affected by how tall you make your character, and then how fast your attacks are affected by you being short, plus your hitbox being better. Shit. Man, that follow. I could like hear the block sound though.
Yeah, he's a tough guy. Let's see. Or asking, hey Danfan and Chatham, is there any point to a cinematic universe since Marvel and DC have hundreds of episodes and shared continuities? I'm kind of done with cinematic universes forever, but you know, I think they accomplished beating a dead horse.
Well, I don't think the problem is that they made a cinematic universe. The problem is that they're gay and retarded. Like,
They really did overdo it though.
I don't know. I mean, like,
Was that from the
how so?
There's a nook
Well,
in
like,
that wall.
with all the TV shows and stuff also, whatever Marvel Plus, and they're still coming out with movies, and still coming out with TV shows, and
So,
it's too much.
Didn't think the nose would take
It's just kind of
advantage
under the, it's under the assumption that you're going to watch every single one of them because you'll have to understand what's going on in the next movie. And I think that's insidious in nature. And I'm not that dedicated to doing that.
alright.
Free comment says, I think there's an inherent limitation in how much you can do when pushing together a bunch of characters with wildly different tones and threat levels.
I don't know. I think the problem is that they suck at stuff. I don't think it's that. I don't think it's the fact that they have like a cinematic universe or that they have characters that are different. In fact, different characters with different tones, like, so the way you would tell a Punisher story is going to be different than like how you would tell
Like
a
Deadpool story.
Spider-Man story. Yeah, no, a Spider-Man story. So Spider-Man still runs into the Punisher, but he will do different things in a Spider-Man story, right? So like, if he's having coffee at a cafe, he's talking to Spider-Man, and if he's having a beer in like a dingy bar, he's in a Punisher story. And like, by having characters with different tones, you get to, wow, my armor is jiggling. Yeah, by having these characters that have different tones to their storytelling, you get to show different aspects to the character without having to affect the tone of the story that you would want to tell with the character, you know? But I don't know. Again, the problem is that they're gay and retarded. It's not that complicated. It's like, I don't know. Like, I feel like a lot of people who haven't gone to college, they don't know how bad leftists are at stuff. But it's like, I'll tell certain stories and people will kind of hear them in a certain way. They'll hear it like I'm bragging about like how good I am at something, right? But like, there's so many stories I have running into like leftists at school where like they're just so fucking dumb. Like, they're so dumb, they're so incompetent, and to be good at stuff is like bad, right? So like, it attracts people that suck.
Naturally, yeah.
Oh wow, lots of gold. I can definitely get an outfit now. Ooh, we fighting the chieftain?
Hold on.
What outfit were you eyeing up? You gonna go with the like Sophia like dress thing?
I think I might. I'm gonna look at what they look like from behind.
There is also the cool like captain's coat one.
Yeah, that is pretty sick. If I wanna have my Waffen SS cosplay. Yeah, there's definitely horns coming out of their back, their tusks. Those guys are so annoying. That it's like that lazy horizontal swing they do. I just, for whatever reason, I just don't.
Damn it! They followed us.
Well, they just followed the line of corpses we left. Oh, you can cock a crossbow with your bare hands. Why don't you just rip them apart? She could just yank it back. Okay, well, why don't you just pull his arms out? Like, if you're that strong, like, what is that? What is that? 1,000 pounds? You just yanking back? Crossbows need to have, because they're a much less efficient mechanism from a bow, and they're at like a much smaller size. They have a huge poundage that translates into a fairly equivalent amount of force to a bow. So, a crossbow, like it's not 1,000 pounds, but it would probably be like 600 pounds. You'd have to be able to like deadlift to yank one of those things back, or I don't know. There's different poundages. I think that one you would attach a goat's foot or something to, not an actual goat's foot. It's just a lever you'd like crank, and then that would like arm it.
Jump up there? Aw.
Tragically, because
Invisible wall.
doesn't that moss look so inviting to just like lay on?
Yeah.
Like,
It looks like you should be able to go up there and get like a view of the town or something, but they were just like, no,
do
can't
my
have fun.
photo mode adventures. What is this now?
If we follow the fireflies, we should find a way out. Hopefully.
Okay, instead of Elder Scrolls with the water running, they're like, fireflies always lead you to the exit. Of course. Alright. Let's get ourselves an outfit. And we'll fight the chieftain, probably. There's a red knoll with a big meat tenderizer. It's like a boss I used to play a bunch. It's very fun. You can turn on like nightmare mode, so it still has a lot of like health and stuff. The shimmering elf I kind of like, but I don't like elves, right? I'm a human supremacist, so... Twilight Warrior is cool, but I don't know. It's been many years since you could have an attractive female character. Feels like a shame to just go for like a cool outfit. The different hairstyles are kind of fun too, but the hair I already have is good, so I don't know. But yeah, I tell the story where yeah, let's try this. Oh, I can't see what it looks like. Fucking whatever. Let's go for it. Appearance menu, the gesture menu. Oh, appearance.
Gabe the Gem is saying, got 3 non-gaming goals I'm doing when it comes to entertainment. 1, anime backlog, just clearing the ones on my watch list. 2, the 100 film challenge, where I watch 100 movies I haven't seen before by the end of the year. And 3, a little thing I call the Cartoon a Decade challenge, where I watch one cartoon from each decade, from the 80s to the 2020s. Interesting. Well, maybe you'll have some good finds. You can recommend stuff.
Interesting. False crown. A crown that lets you fool others into believing you're wearing nothing on your head. So that's the...
That's pretty cute.
And what's going on here? Oh, wait. Eh. This one.
Oh, wow.
Wait. This one. Do I confirm
That
somewhere?
is...
Equip. Okay.
You know, with the boob size that big, I think it actually looks worse.
I agree, yeah.
It's too much.
Now, what do we got for gauntlets? Nah, it's like some caster shit. Oh, the gauntlets look nice. What about the gauntlets? What about this? Yeah, no. Although, it does give you a much better view of those legs. I think I'm just gonna go for a little bit of armor. Okay. Interdesting. Yeah, the colossal tits, kind of. Although, I guess from behind you don't really... Oh, man.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Game of the year.
Oh, damn. Yeah, that's...
Oh, jeez.
That's how you do it. That's how you...
jeez.
That's how you fucking do it. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Although, in order to see boobs in a third-person game, they have to be visible from behind you, right? So they have to be, like, retardedly big.
Well, there's cutscenes, so you'll, like, see them in the cutscenes and stuff.
This is optimal. This is an optimal outfit. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
Amazing. Game of the year? This is an unmodded game. This is this is just the demo.
Yeah.
Boys, is fantasy back?
This is too much for me.
So something that someone was pointing out on the Reddit when I looked at it was you have enter edit mode. What is edit mode? Presets? What's going on? Here, try this one. How do I like look at myself though? What is happening? That is not okay. How do I do this? Photo mode. Okay, here we go. Alright, yep. Alright. Now gesture. Gesture. Okay. I guess it's you can't yeah, never mind. But other characters or other character models also have boob physics. So if you do like a fist bump or something and you do it close enough to someone else, you can jiggle their boobs. And so like someone was like game of the year, and it was a 2-second clip, and I was like, what? And I hit the thing, and it's like, yeah, it's very goofy. Oh, this is gonna be a boss fight.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna
God.
jiggle like.
Right.
No, don't
Jiggling
get the
like
focus on her.
crazy.
Oh my
Whoa.
god.
We should be safe.
Jeez.
I'm so immersed right now, guys. Oh, that clipping on the sword though, I can't stand that.
Come on, let's head back to.
Oh my god.
You're just another one of these fucking guys. Be
Pretty
easy.
Nice looking cutscene, though.
Looks like it's out for blood.
Let's go.
Oh. Oh, I have to dodge?
Yeah, or Honeydew. In regards to you saying is fantasy back, he says, I hope so. I remember hearing mainstream fantasy was eaten by the YA romance, like how sci-fi was in the 2000s. So many people trying to be Hunger Games. Yeah, there is a lot of YA fantasy where it's just like, oh, I'm a princess who's like got superpowers and this other prince wants to fuck me. But also this bandit guy also wants to fuck me. And also this like fish merchant also wants to fuck me.
Shield charge. Counterattack damage increased by 50%. Add an additional attack to counterattack. Gain the ability to... Okay, that is what I'm very used to. I need a burning crystal of eternity to unlock that. I'm glad I have one of those lying around. Yeah. And then are there other abilities? Okay, these are shared abilities, though. Fortitude. What is this? Defense. Potions. Immediate recovery on Flovian Flask use. I'm never upgrading that. I like the slow gain. I like it being less effective. Tempestuous Orb of Origins. Alright, well, I'll have to look out for those in the store. Let's get this. Yeah. Counterattack. And the second counterattack follow-up, very necessary. I am so... Every time I counterattack, I am like... But I hit it twice. Like, my muscle memory is, like, completely possessed. Oh, I need a Tempestuous Orb of Origins to increase my counterattack damage by 10%. Alright. These active abilities, because I am not using a controller, are actually fucking impossible for me to use. So, take... Bird of Prey sounds so familiar. I don't know which one of these is good, and they don't have the video. In the MMO version, they have the video where they show you what it does. Focal Point sounds so familiar, too. What is Focal Point? Deal damage and knock down eligible targets. There will be no eligible targets. I don't believe you. What is this? Cooldown reduced by 5 seconds? I never remember to use my active ability. I don't think I've used it a single time. So. Oh, wait. I forgot to test one thing. Amazing. Boys, fantasy is back.
Yeah.
Oh my god, they even have the veins.
Yeah,
And like,
they do. They're
like-
veiny tits.
yeah, I got some veiny milkers. I think I'm also like a little bit too tan. You look tan in caves, however the lighting works in this game.
Yeah. That's just how it is.
Looks like I was right.
Sweet. The end of the cutscene is the cool part, anyway.
Yeah. It's a nice transition.
What?
the other day, we need dark fantasy movies to make a comeback too, like Legend, Dark Crystal, shit like that. Yeah, I would prefer those types of dark fantasies as opposed to like Game of Thrones like stuff, honestly.
The thing is, dark fantasy nowadays often seems to be extremely pessimistic.
Yes, yes.
Whereas, like, it doesn't have to be.
No, it absolutely does not have to be. I don't like it when people use a genre to just do nothing but critique modern day world. It's like when all sci-fi, they have to talk about how, like, humans are actually the real monsters. Like, don't you have any better messages for science fiction? Asking, didn't George R.R. Martin write Game of Thrones to be the anti-Lord of the Rings? I don't know about that.
He's said stuff in the past where he's like, life isn't happy, so why should my story be happy?
Yeah. It's so deep that I'm depressed. I'm so intelligent because I'm depressed.
Fuck.
That's how I'm such a good writer.
I don't like that they make you dodge. The whole fun part of Fiona is that you can block stuff.
Yeah. But they want to be Elden Ring.
Yeah, so you have to dodge. I love the gnolls in Vindicdus. They look so cool. What's happening? Okay. If you say so. Yeah, let's just reset. I don't know what that was, but it wouldn't let me input any movement. I guess I must have pushed the arrow before the cutscene was officially over, so it like locked it out. Okay, we can move. Ah, fuck. So you'll see, I'm actually so short. Some of his attacks are actually missing. So you're... Oh, I'm alive? Okay. Ah. I went for the second one, I shouldn't have. Unlocking that ability has... The second shield bash has
ruined you.
has put me into a bad habit. I love this run back. It's like short though.
Yeah, it's preferable. Or Honeydew says, think the quote was, I aim to subvert the tropes of Tolkien. Ah, yes. Subverting the trope of finishing your book.
keep on going for these perfect guards, but Fiona, you don't really have to, right? You don't take any damage through blocks in this game. But again, she's the only one who can block, so it's like not a really big advantage. It's like this one particular character has a good ability, which is blocking. Whereas like other people like Delia have these like massive counterattack things and whatever. Where like oh man, fucked it up. Okay. Try to play better.
So whatever happened to the demon poster? I suppose he's still making edgy YouTube videos about some sort of hot take he has.
Ah, fuck.
So the demon poster uploaded a month ago an incomplete history of hentai. So I see that his opinions are very valid.
All right. But I blocked. That was bullshit. That's the only death I've had in a boss fight. That was like totally bullshit. I don't like the magnetic thing where they're like trying to help you attack someone. I didn't see it in the settings to turn it off, but you always want that off.
Pharmacist says incomplete. That shows a lack of initiative. It is kind of weird to do a video essay and then admit in the title that you didn't do all the research.
I think that's like... Oh, right, okay. That's weird for a different reason than that. I don't know if I have any iframes.
I have no idea. I don't think you do.
Which is totally cool. Oh. Yeah, it's weird to say an incomplete history of hentai because that shows that he cares if someone is like, you made a mistake in your history of hentai. Which means that he is appealing to the absolute worst. Like, someone who is going to... I mean, I'm totally for people doing what is called like a but actually or whatever. As long as they're giving you good information, and if someone is like, you know, correcting your information, that's like so generous to do with your time as to like someone who makes videos telling people about stuff. I want to get Bird of Prey, I guess. Why not, right? I have the ability that I actually want, which is counterattack. I'll get this one too. I'll get all these. I don't know about shield charge, because if that actually moves me, I'm gonna kill myself with that. Okay, do I have... Okay, I do have the ability. So, when he does that triple hit combo, I'm going to just hold on block, because you can't really time a counterattack between those attacks. And then I'll just use one of the things as a punish. Because if I don't have something to punish with, I'm going to just get hit because I'm like, this is inefficient. I can't just be blocking. Fuck. Oh. What's happening? Oh, no. Okay. Okay.
Oscar 420 says, I like Clownfish TV's anti-orc merch they got thing going at the moment.
They have anti-orc merch? That sounds based AF.
It makes sense, I mean. A lot of people are kind of sick of orcs always being subverted to be misunderstood.
The kind of people who relate with an orc, like, just the fucking worst. I use this opportunity to drink. So the stamina bar, or the I wish I just had, like, an active ability that just made me invincible. Because, like, thematically, I don't really like dodging. Especially with, like, a blocky character. Okay. I shouldn't have gone for it. I knew that was the spin. Actually, I didn't know it was the spin. I should have known it was the spin. The greatest tragedy is when you kill a boss in one attempt, though, because unless you're like someone who's like making a living off streaming or whatever, you don't get to appreciate the boss as much. You know, if it wasn't hard, you wouldn't have to learn their different, like, and all the work they put into these, like, really beautiful animations you'd only get to see, like, once. Man. Wish I could just throw something at him when he jumps back like that.
Yeah, right.
Even if it didn't do any damage.
Get some firebombs.
Come get it. No.
You got this, big. R says that Harley Quinn show might have been canceled. I did not even know it was still running. I mean, it makes sense though. I imagine that they want to make some cuts.
Alright, taking a jump back. Should have done the active ability. Fine. Drink time. Fuck. Got it.
Oh, very cool.
Come get it, bitch. Killed him with a shield bash to the kneecap.
Hell yeah. Feel the wrath of my gargantuan tits.
There we go, boys.
Victory jump.
In the full game, I'll have to remember to make my character much fairer skin so I look good in caves. I have to examine it. Is there any prize here? No, just 300 experience. Oh man, the full turnaround for the jiggle, amazing. So guys, what do you rate the boobs out of 10?
Defying. Quite a famous one among us hunters. Whenever someone wanders too deep into known territory, it shows up as if to say, this land belongs to us. It used to be that if you turned around, you could get out safe. But what's it doing down here, in these ruins?
Oh, that's like a knoll you...
Killing and being killed, that I can understand. I make my living off the death of other creatures after all. But hunting and war are nothing alike.
Okay.
Wow, your hair is very bouncy today, huh?
Her hair is like bright red, like brighter than her shirt in the MMO, by the way. But I think they wanted to differentiate her from the other character that you take missions from, because she has bright red hair. I think it was a good idea, because I did confuse those people when I first started the game. Or no, I guess my brother confused those people. I confused the hunter lady, and then there's a blacksmith who also has red hair, and you don't see either of them very much, and they have similar characters.
Yeah. It is important to make sure the designs are very distinct from one another.
Man, look at the clouds. They look... Everything looks so good in this game. I'm really hopeful for this game. I will be so disappointed if this game turns out to suck.
Well, so far everything looks pretty solid.
I can commission a modder to take out anything that's like too gay.
Yeah. If they add in any progress flags for Pride Month, you can get a mod to take them out.
What is this? This looks like my ad blocker blocked an ad.
It does, yes.
Oh no, what's this?
A
Survey!
survey!
Oh!
Oh, it's a survey.
Please take a moment to share your feedback. We'll provide a better gaming experience. Okay.
How is your first impression of the game so far?
Very satisfied.
What are the reasons? Let's see.
Not the screen and menu layout is not
Cutscene
good.
presentation was good.
Cutscene presentation, this deserves an extra star. Because
Yeah.
they took out the boring bullshit from the story. Or they cut out from the dialogue bits the important parts and put those into cutscenes.
Satisfied with game's atmosphere. That's a good
Yes. Combat difficulty is balanced. Yes. Hello?
one.
Am I...
Is it lagging on the survey, or do you just have to only pick?
Yeah, you have a
only pick
limited number. Okay.
Okay. So we have to really think about these answers then.
Satisfied with character design, for sure. Graphics quality is high. Combat is enjoyable. Okay. Okay. Character design, I don't care about graphics that much. Atmosphere.
Atmosphere is a big one, right?
Maybe cutscenes?
Cutscenes are new from like the first game, so
No,
it
I should-
feels like you should give them a star for that one.
Combat is enjoyable. Okay, it does not have a high game stability, but...
No, absolutely not.
Can you guys see the survey?
Yeah, they can see it. Oh, you gotta click the X, I guess.
Maybe I should have
Alright,
answered...
this hub world, guys.
Maybe I
Isn't
should have
it so
answered
pretty?
4 stars, because they didn't let me add additional notes. But if I know this company, they'll have the survey thing pop up multiple times. Okay, so yeah, let's check out this hub world. Like, this place is fucking gorgeous. It feels like this, like, ode to classical fantasy, like Rohan or something. Like, it's just so nice. And, like, these random villagers that feel like they would be villagers, right? This guy's a little browner.
A little man bun.
Little man bun, little like Chinese villager and sort of brown. So, you know what? Bad example. But yeah, that's another thing. That hat, nobody would wear that. That's an arming cap. So that's what you put underneath your...
Really? I feel like I've seen like medieval art where like a bunch of farmers would have that on.
I don't think you would wear anything like that. Because that's an arming cap that goes under a helmet. So, you know. And then look at this. Over here, we have this, like... It looks like a lover's confession. Like, he's like this beautiful field of flowers.
That's very cute.
And it's just so nice. Like, this is why you fight. You fight to defend stuff like this. And, like, you know, the faces are pretty varied. They look...
Hey, Basil, welcome to chat.
Got the neat extra braids and stuff. Another guy that sort of looks like a Chinese villager. The man
Same
bun.
man bun, yeah.
Not my favorite character model, but I guess they're going for a more like a fantasy thing that's a little bit more feels a little bit more alien than trying to be like a particular country.
I guess so.
But like characters look nice for the most part. I think somewhere over here there was a black villager, which was very immersion breaking, and I will pay a man to remove the black villager from my village. But yeah, I think it's this lady is not very...
Yeah, she's like the only one, isn't she?
She's not very European, I must say. I suspect she has come from somewhere else.
She looks like... Yeah. Yeah.
But for the most part, it's just this gorgeous village. And like, even the way that the grass overgrows the path is so artistic. I absolutely love it. And their touch of wildflowers is so nice. There was only one spot where the flowers looked obviously like flowers that would not grow wildly, but like, you know, it's beautiful, isn't it? What does chat say? What's chat's feeling about the village?
Oscar420 says, nice looking world. Gabe the Gen says, okay, ...
Giving me okay dot 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 to a beautiful medieval village. Or is that a response to me saying I would commission a mod to remove that lady?
I don't know.
Yes, I will. Free comment, want the job?
Or
I have to.
hiring for mods.
Yeah, I actually do want to commission a couple mods. I don't know what I want changed from the Oblivion remake just yet, but I know I want to spend like $60 on mods. So like, probably just simple stuff. But someone has already made a mod for changing body type to gender. There's some other stuff. They got rid of... There used to be differences depending on which gender you picked. You'd get different stat bonuses on each race. And they removed those. It'd be nice to make a mod to put that back. I don't know how complicated that would be. But I would like to make that... I wouldn't even care about using it myself. I'd just like to put that out there. Just so that, like, people out there who are like, I like the original game, and I think that men and women should have slightly different stat bonuses. You know, like, I would like to put that out there for people to enjoy. Is this guy like... Okay, I'll allow it. I put a lot of this
Oscar 420 says those wild flowers make one want to frolic.
I know, right? Especially if you had gazongas like this.
Giant jiggly boos, yes. Perfect for frolicking.
Let's see. How do I open... Well, if the game's gotta hang, good screen to hang on.
Well, it is what it is, you know. It's an early version of the game. There's time for them to make it work better.
Yeah, so... And I do, by the way, think that it is insidious to make, like, historical films or stuff that's, like, in fantasy and then inject people that...
Wouldn't be there?
Yeah, people that just wouldn't be there. Because it's like the same people want to pretend that, like, everything was horrible in medieval history and all white people did for all of history was steal things and be mean to minorities. Those same people...
White people invented racism.
Yeah, like, those same people would not... Those same people don't want to allow you to see a positive depiction of white people, right? And, like, a fantasy world is typically a very positive depiction of not only, like, white people...
European fantasy is based on, of course, Europe.
Yeah. So it's like, it is insidious in a certain way. Man, this is... Not well optimized. I should have said 4 out of 5 stars. Okay. We did it. Can we use a gesture? Wow, that is... Can I zoom in? Oh wait, you have to go into photo mode to zoom in. This is actually... I'm impressed. Okay. There we go. Gestures. R? 4. Yeah. The boobs are affected by the arms.
Technology has advanced. We don't have to worry about clipping.
Oh, whoops. R. This one. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, they actually have some physics.
That's nuts. Am I the only one who's, like, shocked by that?
No, that's reasonable. Oh my god, they clack. Like the clackers.
What? Wait, how is that a bow? What'd you do at the end there? Oh, look, okay, so the picture is with the arms up, but she just goes... Okay, whatever. It's called victory, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe everyone has a different victory pose.
What's this one? Okay. We must find an NPC and try to see if we can activate their boob jiggle.
Yeah, Gabe says Stellar Blade and a few others beat this when it comes to breast physics.
This is probably true. I am not a scholar, but the fact that they have it present is a good sign. No?
Of course, yeah.
This one.
It goes to show that they're putting some effort in it.
So I cannot jiggle her boobs with my slap. I know that in like co-op someone was showing that you can. Which I thought was so fucking funny. Mm-hmm. Oh wow, what a interesting modern art piece we have up on the hill.
Yeah, right. Basil says, I would be more excited for this game, but Lies of P DLC and Stellar Blade at the moment. Not even excited for Night Rain, to be honest. Well, I'm not excited for Night Rain either.
Night Rain looks so boring when you watch it, and it's weird because like all those Battle Royale games are so engaging to watch. But, oh look, Teve is in her proper outfit. Although the tree seems to be not in its proper outfit. God, this is agonizing. Could they have changed my resolution back? So those flowers that are frozen on the screen at the bottom, those are the ones that I don't think grow wild. Those are like hydrangeas or something. They grow on like big bushes, not on the ground like that. And like, although maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. Maybe that's a different type of flower. But that doesn't look like a wildflower that I've seen. But those little white flowers, totally seen that. The red ones and the yellow ones, I've seen those as wildflowers all over the place. It wouldn't shock me to see the purple ones. I probably have at some point. They look kind of familiar. The only flowers I criticize are the blue ones. I think those don't look like flowers I've seen.
Yeah. Basil says, for me, I got spoiled with Lies of P. FromSoft Souls-like is not really innovating enough besides a jump button. I don't know if I agree with that. They had the summons, and also isn't Lies of P just kind of ripping from Bloodborne in terms of combat?
I really would like to play a game that rips off more of Bloodborne. They have these trick weapons that you can change the mode of them while you're attacking. And so you can do these cool combos with different stuff. Like there's one that's a threaded cane. It's like an ivy sword, but also a cane. And like I was watching someone stream it, and I was like telling him that you can do that, and he does it like for like just in the air, and he's like, yeah, but why would I ever use anything besides the axe in halberd mode and power attack? Because that's the best attack. And so that's all he does in all the fights of all the enemies and all the bosses. He winds up his big power attack and like sweeps them. So.
There's definitely a lot of
audio somehow going. Yeah, no, the game is not like totally broken, but it is like frozen.
Yeah. It's just you and me now, chat.
When's the last time you guys had a game freeze? This feels like it's been so long for me. Usually it's just a crashed desktop. Guess the boobs
disconnected from games.
Oh no. Well, okay, so this doesn't mean that it's going to be a live service game. It could be, but
returning to title screen.
This could be a live service game, but this is also, it's the alpha, right? So this is like part of it is that. So okay, so part of the reason that it's been lagging or having performance problems may actually, we don't have the Rumble chat up.
It's right here. I just had it hidden.
Okay. Did it say anything?
No.
Okay. Can I make a new character too? I'm curious. Well, there was the GameCube stream. Did the games freeze on GameCube?
We had crashes.
Maybe it did freeze at some point. Because it feels like so much more common that you just get a crash to desktop or like a...
I guess we had like the brief freezes when we were playing 007, right?
So this is Teve. She's like a big part of the story.
She's cute.
Yes. Random handsome village man. Good sign. Oh wow.
Even
That
he
view.
kind of looks a little Asian.
Well, yeah, that's the, I think the thing is that they're trying. You know what I mean? they're trying. They just, you know, they're Korean, so it is what it is. Can I sit on this bench and look kawaii? Oh fuck. I wasn't sure if I was... Wait, can I just walk over the bench? Okay. Perfect. And then... gestures. And sit. How we doing?
That's good enough.
Not bad. Not bad.
Yeah, that works.
Not bad.
It's a much cuter sitting position than what most of the Dark Souls games will give you.
Snag a screenshot.
Yeah, we were playing like Dark Souls 3 with a friend, and I had a girl character wearing a dress, and when you sit down at the bonfire, it's just like super open legs.
Yeah, it's like...
It's like, what the heck? You couldn't have made a different animation for the girl characters.
Anyway, I love the new version of Colhan. This hub town. Oh no. Why? Why? Anyway, I will pay I will pay a modder to remove all of the diversity from Colhan. You're looking a little... It's okay. Got random shields on the roof. It's a little, like, too much of, like, I am Viking. I put
it's
shields
a very
on my...
funny way to, like, fix a leak in the roof. So
Oh, these are...
put the shield up there.
Oh, okay, so these are blacksmiths, so that actually is funny. Now, what's going on there? I don't know. But, yeah, fixing a leak in the roof with a shield is kind of funny. But so these are two blacksmith shops? Because I thought there was just one previously. I guess this is Bard. There's a female blacksmith that's like his rival, but they're in the same shop somehow.
Ah, interesting.
And she looked a lot like the huntress lady.
Maybe you gotta unlock her.
Yeah, probably like part of the story.
Right.
I am curious if I can try out different character classes. And I know in the demo you have... God, it's just such a nice little scene.
Not only that, but they're also setting up camp out in those ruins. Holland needs reinforcements.
Yes. That should be sufficient.
Does that mean?
I will call for an assault on the Knolls. I've already sent words to my commanders, and I've been entrusted with making the call. Approval should only be a formality. It won't take long. We turned a blind eye to the Knolls because they had declared themselves to no longer be FOMO. This was only a few months ago. I'm sure you remember too, Captain. We, Royal Knights, had received word...
Oh my god. Okay, so this is what I mean by overwritten. This is overwritten.
Well, we have auto.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, this is bad. This execution is bad. You should not do this. It's not like people will say stuff sometimes. Are like, "Oh, I don't like story in games." It's like, no, you like story in games, but you like everyone likes this to not be so.
So
We
drawn
launching
out.
an assault on the Knolls.
So you see how I mashed spacebar with reckless abandon, and it came back to we will be launching an assault on the Knolls. which she already said before. So whatever I skipped through isn't going to matter. It won't affect anything in the story. But they wrote it there just to make sure that you knew they really thought about this or something. Like, it's so...
Defending Colin is not part of the plan. From the beginning, my mission has always been to keep an eye on the Knolls. It's up to you mercenaries to defend your villages.
That's... retarded.
Any objections?
But one thing's for sure, blasted Order of Knights doesn't give a damn. You don't care who lives or
Over-explaining dialogue, for sure. Alright, Gabe, good night, and we'll see you next time.
an assault on the Knolls. The Knolls, and when they
Yes, I know. The Knight Delegates' decisions are not the best we can do. And in doing Vice Cap, what we need now is the Vice Captain of the Calvin Mercenaries, not the Marek of Colin. Let's sum it up. This is all for no blood. We will leave behind. Our orders will arrive in
Half a day? But that's barely enough time for a messenger to make the trip.
I like her. She looks very good in this game. I like his design too. He feels very rugged.
Yeah.
A lot of these characters are good. Like, you know, it's crazy. It's a game where the problems are not being unfathomably gay.
It's a game with normal game problems.
I don't know why I'm going over here, but the quest marker commands it.
Yes.
Hello. Please do not explain to me the...
Man, that is one heck of a gut.
Yeah.
You wouldn't expect it with how thin his face was.
Oh my god, not the weapon upgrade system. Please, don't make me upgrade weapons. I'm doing a challenge run. Please stop. No, let me out of here. Don't.
Challenge run ruined.
No.
Tutorial.
Anything not to use a Korean weapon upgrade system. No. If I'm not gonna get bullied in dungeons and raids for not having an upgraded weapon, I'm never using your fucking weapon upgrade system. Never. Is that a...
It's a poppers.
Oh? Okay. Hi, Urnmass. Why do you have a terrarium with a giant spider in it? It's not good.
Why are you cleaning a dish?
So also the, this is Teeb's pet. She's like, oh, the spider doesn't mean anyone any harm. And then it grows to massive size and you have to kill it, right?
That sounds about right.
And then she gets a new one. It's like, why'd you do that? Madam Mercenary. Holy shit. Based?
take your time. Teeve.
I know where Teeb is. I was just at the temple, you fucking idiot. Don't tell me shut up, you know? Stupid
Just
bitch.
start beating him. Shut the fuck up, old man.
Room upstairs is all mine, right? Where is the room upstairs? This is my room. Eee. Jump on bed and do emotes.
Lay down.
Oh, I have to pay some Hanars for that. Gold. Okay. Oh, they don't let you run indoors. Interesting. Am I supposed to talk to Teeve? Why am I talking to Teeve? I don't want to talk to Teeve.
I don't know, story demands it. This is kind of how I remember the original Vindicdus game. Running around the hub world, just following the quest marker, and not knowing why.
Oh, yeah. So, this is what I mean by execution's bad. The overarching story is pretty interesting, pretty complicated. Your days are numbered, lady. But yeah.
Nice stairs.
But yeah, I think I'm gonna ask in the,
Uncle Ernwas must have told you I was here. You don't look so good.
She looks
Is
great.
something the
Wow.
matter? Is there going to be a war after all?
What a pretty design.
I'd be lying
You know, if you have a
if I said I
feminine
wasn't
figure, you don't really
afraid.
need, like,
What
super
do you
revealing
fight for,
outfits to
Madam
You don't
to look
say.
good.
Erin is a paradise, free of all
Because,
pain,
like, unironically, She definitely looks more attractive than my character.
Oh yeah,
Paradise.
I would agree with you there.
The day the foamers shed their final drop of blood, I shall come to you and spread my wings. Do you also dream of paradise, Madam Mercenary? It's a favorite subject among the people here. They come to me with questions like, what's it like there? Or, are we getting any closer? I might be an oracle, but I don't really know. Whose blood, and just how much of it, do we need to spill to open the gates of paradise?
It just said foamer blood, idiot.
Yeah, pay attention to the story.
You better get going.
So the Fomorians in Celtic mythology are like ugly subterraneans with like
I'll pray for their
lumps on their face and stuff.
You're right, yeah.
But I think they're using it as a category, sort of like Jotun in Norse mythology. That's why I never really got that it was like Celtic mythology game, because they mix a lot of different
this one
stuff.
is very obviously Celtic, and I
Yeah.
appreciate that, honestly.
What a fucking awesome symbol. Way better than the cross. My god, we should get one of these. Although then people would only have one sword design. Oh my god, why? My immersion. Get out. Yeah. Alright, anyway. Let's get down to talking to the congregation there.
Yeah. Do you pray to the giant boob goddess?
And now we'll go down this way. Oh, except we won't, because...
Boo! Invisible walls are the worst.
Yep.
They really do just prevent fun. They're like, oh, well, we won't be able to load the map fast enough. Figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple different games I want to mod. I want to commission a mod for Oblivion, for the Oblivion remake, Crusader Kings 3, and this.
Yeah. We should be, I guess, wrapping up stream pretty soon.
Oh yeah. Oh, they had to send me over there so they could change the scenery over here, I guess. Clever. In the MMO, they had no reason. They just made you do stuff. That was stupid. It's a little silly that they would be wearing their helmets when they're not, like, in battle. These guys with the Sallets, probably not. They'd probably just keep them on. But the people who, like, it obstructs their breathing... Although, I don't know, you should... Standing at attention or something, maybe you're required to. The helmet that David Myers got us, or got me, I suppose. That one usually has a chain attached to it, and you would take it off, and it would be attached by that chain to like your neck or something. So then you could, yeah, you could get it back and to put it on quickly.
Boing, boing.
Don't mind me and my massive melons.
The Royal Knights of Rochester hereby authorize this assault. Signed, Deputy Commander Riordan. The Royal Knights will no longer overlook these flagrant acts of hostility. Our enemies are amassing their forces as we speak. And their threat will only grow the longer we wait. A regiment from Rochester is on its way to the northern ruins. The
So
Calvary
in the
mercenaries
background,
will form the
those are
vanguard
two
and
other
breach the
bosses
enemy's
from
defenses.
later in the game.
Royal
The
Knights
polar bear
will
is called the
join you
White
shortly
Tyrant,
thereafter.
and then the Blood Lord is over her left shoulder. I think that's where the alpha test ends, is at the Blood Lord, which is very far into the game, to be honest.
We're short on time, so I'll fill you in on the details. That said, we've been...
Yes, sir. I'll do it. Kirsty, what are you doing here?
That surprised face is insane.
It's very goofy. Look.
I brought him.
We can't get civilians involved in the mission, Kirsty.
Look,
You are civilians. You're mercenaries, you idiot.
It's gonna take us forever to get through this story.
Alright, anyway. Oh, we can listen to an ambient conversation? Kill them both for being traitors. Okay. We will stream this again sometime soon, but I think for now...
Enjoy these boob physics.
It's kind of cool. Direction change. Okay. Oh wait, we can gestures. Is this greetings? No. Is there victory, despair? Oh, except
You're not looking at it.
yeah. Well, you guys are the soldiers, I guess. Wave. Oh. There we go. Okay. I want to try out the other characters too, but I don't know if I can since I already picked. Oh, I can take survey? Okay, so there's like a bigger survey you can give. I'll do that, but I don't know if that's the most exciting.
Not the most exciting thing to stream, no.
Yeah. So anyway, oh. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Those those cans are so big. This is a fantasy game, sir. Those are not cans. Those are barrels. Cans is not lore accurate. Excuse you. Anyway. Yeah. Do you think those lady lumps also have parry frames? Parry frames, maybe. Yeah. Some like airbags for impacts. But yeah, no, I'm really hopeful for this game. I think it's going to be really cool. I've been a fan of the MMO for a long time, but I, in general, am against MMOs because one day they're going to shut down the servers, or you're going to want to play and you can't connect to the internet. So if this is a live service game, I probably won't actually get it. But if this is an offline game where I can get mods and stuff like that, and like make the game more my own, I'm totally in 2000%. I'd be so excited for this game, but I don't want to deal with microtransactions and the other stuff that's pretty common in the Korean market. But I really do appreciate what they did for the hub world.
Yeah.
Aside from the immersion breaking Wakandan citizens.
It is a big upgrade from the first game.
Yeah, like the MMO. Yeah, I'm curious to try out Delia and Lan. I'm more excited to try out Lan because I know I don't like Lan in the MMO. I played a bunch of hours of him, and it is exciting to do tons of damage, and like his animations are kind of cool. But like the optimal thing in the MMO that you had to do is use twin spears. And the animation for like optimal DPS is you take both of the spears and hold them together like a kayak paddle, and you go like that, and you attack with the ends of the spears together. It looks so fucking stupid. I hate it with a passion.
Yeah.
And if you didn't use the spears, people would be like, why aren't you using the twin spears? And I was like, okay, fine. I'll just pick a different character. I'll pick Herc, because Herc is the best. No one can complain about Herc. He is better than your character. He's always the best. He's very survivable because his in order to skip for Herc, you don't have to do the left clicks. You don't have to do the light attacks to get to the power attack. You can instead use his dodge, which is a shoulder charge, which also does damage and has parry frames on it.
Oh.
So you interrupt your combo by dodging to parry the enemy, and if you and then if you time it correctly, you can then hit power attack button and then you do like a parry, like a counterattack, like Fiona has. So he's like super busted.
You're right.
So he kind of would need to be different for him to be, I think, engaging for like.
They might do different things.
Yeah, they're gonna have to do something different with him. Yeah, Delia, I'm curious how she plays. All the characters I'm kind of interested in, except for Karok. I'm not playing Karok. But no, all the other characters are super interesting. I think Delia I probably won't enjoy, but I want to try her anyway. But
yeah, it was an interesting stream. We got to see more of the new Vindicdus game,
yeah,
Defying Fate.
yeah. So and the name of the game, by the way, Defying Fate, is probably it has to do with the story. So there's a time loop in the story, and like later, what that scene is important later, where she's like, "Do you dream of paradise?" Like they loop back through time, and then that's I believe that's the point at which you loop back to, is you see the point in which the last drop of Fomor blood is shed. Like you kill the last Fomor.
Okay.
Like you kill literally all of them, and then whatever. And then she's like, "Do you dream of paradise?" or whatever, and it's like this thing. I don't know, because it loops
Okay.
it loops back in time, and like it's a sort of like melancholic moment. So that
Cinematic.
but on your first playthrough, you're like, "Who fucking cares, lady? Like, could we stop?"
Or just give me my items.
But again, they put that in a cutscene, right? I wasn't mashing through that, or maybe I was mashing through that. Anyway, a lot of the important dialogue is in cutscenes. Apparently not all of it, but regardless, I hope you guys enjoyed. The world's pretty great, so be happy, right? Anyway, we'll be back streaming more of this, and then I want to finish Nightfire, but I think this is a limited time you can play this alpha test thing. I don't know how long it lasts for, but I'll play more of this and try out more of it. I want to fight the chieftain. Actually, I really want to fight the white tyrant. He's the big polar bear. He's super cool. Or maybe he's just cool because he's the first boss you can fight in his own level, so you don't have to do a whole run through of the whole like killing all the minions, which was very tedious and Vindictus.
Yeah, that's awful.
Also, Oscar420 says the European Union is talking about preserving games online that go defunct. Hope that becomes a big thing more widely, and I don't like the EU for much. I don't like the EU for much either, but I know that it was popular in Japan when the president running talked about taking anime that was the case where it ran out of license. No one's selling it.
Right.
He wanted a government website to put it up that would preserve it, and then he was thinking people could sell ad space, and then that money could go to the descendants of the people that it's like defunct for. So like put it back into
a great idea.
Yeah, I think that's really, really wholesome and wonderful, and I believe they did do that because
we watched one of the
Yes.
preserved cartoons.
Yeah, we watched one. It was a cartoon for the Olympics, but
Animal Olympics. Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
I think it was actually just called the Animal Olympics or something.
Yeah, I think it was promotional. It was part of a promotional campaign for the Olympics, but it doesn't have any music with it.
Yeah, it's really old.
Yeah, so because it's a silent.
It's meant to be viewed in a theater where the theater itself is playing music.
Yes, so it has a music track that was not in the video.
Yes.
It would be a separate.
It was just the video.
Yeah, it would be a separate like MP3 file, which is kind of funny.
But we found the right music.
Yeah,
for
I
it.
put on Schizophrenia by somebody. It's that song that you see.
Nobody will be able to find it just based on the title.
I'll post the song in the Discord. But anyway, thank you guys so much for hanging out. I really appreciate you guys being here. Hope you'll hang out with us again sometime soon. And good night.